Get ready for an epic collaboration as MB Radio and Patriot Radio join forces. These veteran-owned stations are uniting to bring you top-notch, veteran-run podcasts, along with your favorite classic rock music 24/7. Stay tuned for the ultimate radio experience that celebrates our heroes and plays the tunes that never get old. From engaging discussions to timeless hits, this partnership has everything you need for your listening pleasure. Don't miss out on this exciting new chapter in radio history as MB Radio and Patriot Radio come together to rock your world. Introducing J&J Beard Co., your go-to destination for high-quality handmade and natural beard products. Our family-owned business, based in New Jersey, prides itself on using the finest ingredients to bring you premium products that will elevate your grooming routine. Each product is carefully crafted with love and expertise, ensuring that you get the best care for your beard. Treat yourself to the luxury of J&J Beard Co. and experience the difference that true quality and craftsmanship can make for your beard. Join the J&J Beard Co. family today and unleash the full potential of your facial hair with our exceptional products. Find them on the web at jjbeardco.com. That's jjbeardco.com.
Yo, so I keep telling y'all, the boss knows every motherfucking body. Keep telling y'all that. So guess who showed up at the hotel here in Connecticut? And y'all not gonna believe this shit. Joe, they ready for this shit, Joe?
I don't know, are they?
Y'all not gonna believe this shit, but I'm gonna show y'all who showed up. This is the CEO and founder of NESS.
And one half of the
My man.
Sports Show.
Go ahead, man.
What's going on, fellows out there? Glad to be here with my favorite wrestling podcast. I love these guys. They're unique. They're funny. And I'll tell you, they know a lot about wrestling. You got to go to the Roku channel. Yeah, all you got to do, channel search on Roku TV, channel search National Streaming Sports, and you'll get their show.
So, Mac, let me ask you this. So, they can't find it. It's like the Pat McAfee show. Once ESPN take that shit off for the hour, it's done.
That's right. That's right.
You gotta
So if you're not gonna watch from 11 to 12:30, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. It's like being a bar. Wait, it's like being a bar smoker. If you ain't got your fucking ticket, you ain't getting in.
I know what to tell you.
Go ahead.
Go to the Turnbuckles and Stogies podcast YouTube page, and you can watch all of our back episodes from episode 5 and on.
But
the originals are on the MB Radio YouTube page.
Let me tell you something else. Go where people know. 12,430 followers.
Whoa!
On the Roku channel.
Whoa!
1,600 views a day.
I feel like Elizabeth.
I'm telling you.
Elizabeth, fat sad for Elizabeth. Elizabeth, I'm coming, Elizabeth.
I mean, you don't get any better than that.
Sports all day, every day, to include my favorite wrestling podcast.
Well, and there you have it, guys. Our producer from Connecticut, Mr. Mac Attack himself. And God bless us. Yo, we'll see y'all. We took a Sunday off. So we'll see y'all next week. Have a good day, guys.
All right.
Yo, what is up? What is up? It's another Sunday fun day with the host with the most, the big dog, the Vanilla Gorilla.
Now, you notice we didn't play our normal intro this week.
Why didn't we play it?
Because I forgot to hit it, but I think that intro works better.
I think that intro works a lot better. So
at least for
let me give a shout out to my brother, Matty Rocks. Okay, let me give a shout out to him. And I am smoking right now. The Fuerte Libre cigar, the Midnight Bender. And I'm gonna read it off of here, guys, because I never had it before. So it's a San Andreas Maduro wrapper, double Ligero, medium to full body strength, Dominican Ligero filler binder. At first light, you'll be tasting the spice from the earth and the wrapper on your tongue, while thick, cool smoke carrying coffee, earth, leather, and some grassy field notes. In the second, you will increase the body to the cigar, its full potential, there is refined by the power of the background as final third starts enjoy. And let me tell you, and he'll be the witness. I took this, I lit it, I retrohaled it. I was like, wow.
I've smoked that before, so I knew that that's what you were going to expect regardless. Hello. Okay.
Guys, sorry, that's the wife.
So
That's the head boss. That's the head boss of Turnbuckles and Stogies. That's the head boss of Turnbuckles and Stogies, guys.
Now, if you guys want those cigars, go back to our April 25th, not April.
Sorry, that was
August 25th episode of Turnbuckles and Stogies podcast.
I gotta get the spray.
With Greg, Greg Free,
spray.
the owner and CEO of Fortaleza y Libre Cigars now. That's the name of it now. There was some issues, but we talked about that, or if he was willing to talk about it, we may have talked about it on the podcast or not.
Can't go nowhere without my spray.
Now, for this week, we are getting ready to, we're waiting on our guest, but we will be sitting down with, as in the title says, Henderson from Adventura Cigars, talking all about him, his brand, and his new release, the Blue Eyed Jack. I haven't smoked it yet. We didn't have a chance to pick it up at the time of this recording, but I'm sure by the time this airs, we will have smoked a few
2
of
or
them,
3 of them,
if not more. So, but today I'm smoking a Brickhouse Maduro 6x60 out of my Smokin' April or August Cigar of the Month Club bag. $60 a month. Get you 10 cigars, 2 identical 5-packs. You can share them. You can keep them for yourself. You can smoke one. You can save one. It's up to you.
So what are we waiting for?
We're just waiting on Henderson. He's on his way.
He's on his way. I told him 6 o'clock, not 6:08.
Well, to be fair, he's been a little busy. I've been talking to him all day, on and off. So he's been pretty busy. I was a little late getting everything set up for this interview.
You were.
But that's okay.
Kind of like always.
Yeah, I know. I'm always
kind of like always. Guy's always late. I try to tell him.
Then learn how to produce and run the show yourself.
I can.
No, you can't. You can't even work a fucking phone.
What do you mean?
You can't type correctly. You can't work a phone. So.
What do you mean? Whoa. Time out, coach. Coach. Time out. Put me in center field. Mm-hmm. What do you mean I can't work my own phone? I can make a phone call right now.
That's all you know how to do.
That's all I need to know how to do.
No, you need to know how to upload and all this other stuff and have the attention to hit record and hit all the commercials and make sure the guests have the studio link.
I want to give a shout out to my man Matty Rocks and Sammy the Barber for trimming me up.
And this would have been after our Barn Smoker weekend.
On a Barn Smoker weekend.
Which would have been at the time of the recording,
was August 10th.
Which was over the weekend. By the time this airs, it would have been a couple of months ago.
So I want to give a shout out to them. But so what do we got going on in the future? Let's talk about the future. So guys,
there's some stuff I can't talk about.
Hold on. August 18th. We are going
No, this isn't going to air by then.
Right.
So this won't be airing then. This won't air until probably October.
Well, fuck. What are we going to do now?
What do you mean?
What are we going to talk about now? Can't talk about wrestling.
No, you can't.
Can't talk about cigars.
Well, you can.
But I got to tell you.
But by that point, we would have already had
a lot of people on.
We would have had, like I said, we would have filmed at Iron Horse on August 18th with Roy and Taste of Cuba, Jesse. And then after that, we would have filmed with Greg, which is what you're smoking now.
That's what I'm smoking now, guys.
and we would have actually met with him on the 20th of August too. And we would have smoked with him then, or whatever the case was we did then with him.
I think, you know what? I think we're going to post this up next Sunday.
No, we can't.
You're going to be home on Saturday.
We have an interview.
Right.
You're not going to change my booking schedule to air interviews that are already recorded.
I just own a company. He does the booking.
So technically, I own the company and do everything else. He just sits there. So we would have had Greg on. We would have had Taste of Cuba and Roy on the 18th from Iron Horse. August 25th would have been Greg, free from Fuerte Liza y Libre Cigars. Then September 1st would be our pre-recorded interview with Michael Giannini, where we talk about a lot of fun things.
Wait. Did you say my friend?
Well, yeah, but remember, there's still a part 2 to air, so relax.
But did you say my friend Michael Giannini?
Mm-hmm.
Michael, for y'all that don't know.
Well, we cover that in the episode, so we don't really have to tell them who he is.
We did.
Right, so they can go watch that episode.
But hold on. I just want to tell them one thing.
No, but they can go watch the episode.
You're right.
They want to know, so you don't have to tell them, so they can go watch the episode if they want to know that bad.
And if they don't want to know that bad, how are they going to find out?
They can watch part 2.
And part 2 is when?
I don't know when that's dropping yet. That probably would have already dropped by now, if not dropping next week. Now, August 8th, we would have had, or September 8th, sorry, we would have had Sagrado Cigars on, John and somebody else. I forget her name.
What's the one from Arthur Avenue?
And then we would have had,
I gotta look it up.
My boy,
I gotta look it up.
the hired gun, Christopher Ryan, pro wrestler.
What's the Arthur Avenue?
Then we would have had Rick Rodriguez on. Then we would have had Alan from Family by Loyalty. And now here we are filming our interviews. So our guest is now here.
Oh, hello.
So give us 1 second. What's up, Henderson?
What is up? What is up? Yo, this is another Sunday fun day with Boss Dog, my man, the Vanilla Gorilla, and the man, the myth, the legend.
A friend of ours.
A friend of ours. And I say a friend of ours. Listen, I say a friend of ours, and he can disagree. But we was in Jersey, and he was at Fanatics.
That was when the Chancellor came out.
Yeah,
and you texted me to come back and get one of the Chancellors because of that. You had him at Kenny's that day.
Yes, he was at Fanatics, and he said,
"Look at the. Did you see the yellowing
on
that wrapper?
Yo, thank you. But Henderson is the man. Look at holy shit!
I told you,
Henderson. How do I get one of them yellow cigars?
Nah, man, I have a single cigar that we made over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
That looks good.
A cigar in my house.
Wow. So, Henderson, let me ask you this question, Henderson. So, how did you get into doing cigars?
Family business. My dad have over 40 years working on the cigar industry. He started to roll cigar when he was 9 years old. So
you said 9?
10.
9.
Oh, 9.
Wow. God bless.
So the town that I born and grew up is Tamboril. This is a cigar town. I will say 80% of the population here live out of tobacco and cigars. So this is like a one direction street, you know. You do tobacco, you do cigars. So that's how I got into the cigar business.
Wow. You know, Henderson, we started, I think him and I both started smoking cigars. And I'm going to say this, we went to Kenny's place.
I had heard the buzz all about your stuff.
From Kenny.
And I don't remember if it was Kenny or if I had just heard about it from everybody else. And then I finally went to Kenny's for the first time and I had seen them. And the first one I tried was the Navigator.
Yeah, well,
the blue
hold
label.
on. That was from Mark.
Yep.
No, Mark didn't give it to me.
Mark didn't give it to you?
No, I got mine because I bought it at Kenny's the first time. I tried the Navigator was my first one. And I think since then, I loved the Navigator. Was great. Bro, I loved it.
Let me tell you, I've smoked almost all your cigars except the blue one that you just put out.
Well, there's a few other ones we hadn't been able to get our hands on.
We haven't been able to get our hands on a lot of them. But, bro, when you texted him that day and said, where did you go? And you're like,
yeah, when I left, when you had seen I posted I was at Fanatics because I tagged you because I bought the Adventura Cigars, and then you had sent me a message and was like, yo, where are you? I said, I'm at JR's. You're like, okay, we'll come back. I have something for you. And that was the pre-release to the Chancellor before you dropped it, I believe, at PCA that year or this year. I forget which year it was.
I don't know if it's your I don't know if it's you or me, but it's cutting down.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Give me a second.
I guarantee you. USB. Hold on.
Now it's good.
Is that better?
Can you hear me? I shut that off.
Now I can hear you.
So we went to Fanatics when you were releasing the Chancellor. We bought it and we left. And then you texted Joey and said,
when I was
where are you?
JR's. And I tagged you and you're like, where are you? I said, oh, I'm at JR's. You're like, well, see if you can come back. And I was like, okay, sure. You're like, I have something for you. And then I think I sat on that cigar. I think I sat on it maybe a week. And then I was driving home one day doing something. And I was looking through my box and I'm like, you know what? I'm like, this looks really good. I'm like, I can't wait any longer. And dude, when I smoked that, I was like, holy shit, this is great. Because even as I was driving, the ash was still holding strong, which was insane. I pulled up at the house with like almost a quarter, if not almost half of the cigar ash still intact when I got out.
Wow.
And that was while I was driving home. So, I think I was like 10 or 20 minutes away. So Henderson, how did you come up with Adventura Cigars? How did you come up with the label that nobody else does? And your label is like the metal label. It's like a metal label. How did you come up with that label rather than a paper label?
I mean, the thing with Adventura is a whole concept. It's a theme, right? And the history of Adventura is like how everything started when the Europeans started to travel to the New World, and they discovered tobacco, gold, sugarcane, and all that. So the first line for Adventura is the Explorer, and then the Navigator, and then the Conqueror. And then after they explore the Navigator, they conquer the land. When they got into the Caribbean island, the Dominican Republic, Cuba, they started to bring back the goods to the royal family. So if you see like all the packaging that we do from Adventura, the Explorer boxes, that is like a treasure box, the Navigator that have like the compass and all that. And then you have the Conqueror, that is a simulation of a boat with a canyon. Then on the Royal Return, that you have two blends. That is a Queen's Pearl, that is a gift for the Queen. Yes, we use the metal because is like a symbol of like what is that pearl, you know? So you have a metal band with the pearl color and the gold. So it's more like a jewelry, right, for the Queen. And then you have the King's Gold with the gold label, that is like a more rustic gold, you know, to the king. And that's the whole concept. Even if you see the boxes of the King's Gold that have the two ribbon like that,
it's got like the rope handles on the side.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the whole thing with the packaging. You know, everything should match the theme of the history.
Right. Now, how did you decide between the Queen's Pearls and the King's Gold? You know, how did you decide which one was a Connecticut and which one was going to be your fuller body?
I mean, also like we try to do everything like that. We try to every blend that we create, we want to match with the starter, right? So on the Queen's Pearl, we want to develop a blend that is delicate, just like a queen, but that have the character of a queen. So a queen is not just a regular woman. It's a woman that have power. It's a woman that have character, but it's a very delicate woman at the same time, and with luxury and all that, right? So on that cigar, we try to accomplish like the most delicate wrapper that we can get. That is a Connecticut Cordero shade.
Right.
We do an amazing selection for that wrapper to have that yellow golden color on the wrapper, smooth, good age, and then the blend composition. I'm a Connecticut smoker, so we try to do something on Connecticut that is smooth and creamy, but at the same time that have the complexity that any other cigar like a Corojo Habano can have, right?
Right.
So for people like me,
I smoked that one.
Yeah. So for people like me that do not enjoy Connecticut, can be able to enjoy that cigar. So and then the King's Gold, we were playing with the Connecticut broadleaf wrapper. Is one of my favorite tobacco ever. I love the sweetness, that dark chocolate, the strength of that tobacco.
Yes. Yes.
And so we want to. I think it's one of the best, and we want something like the best for the king, something with more character, power, and more deep, you know. So we did a full body cigar using Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, but also the blend purpose was like to highlight the flavor of the broadleaf. We want people to appreciate that sweetness, that richness, that dark chocolate, but also to have a cigar that is a full body, but you can be able to enjoy a full flavor at the same time. So
and it does. You know what? It does because every Aventura I had tried has not been a disappointment, and even
the Queen's Pearls. You know, like you said, you're not a Connecticut guy. And you know,
I'm not a Connecticut guy either.
Connecticut person. I try everything, but even that Queen's Pearls was very good for a Connecticut. Like you said, it was, you know, you made it so that guys like us who don't always smoke Connecticut could be able to smoke it and enjoy it. And you know, it had a little bit of the punch, but like you said, it had more of that creaminess and mellow notes.
Mm-hmm.
And still had the complexity behind it.
Yeah, that was the purpose of that cigar. Big time.
So let me ask you this: what is your new cigar coming out besides the blue one that you just put out?
Well, we're here to talk about the Blue Eye Jack today.
We got to take a quick commercial break,
and then we'll start with the Blue Eye
and we'll be right back with Blue Eye Jack.
Sounds good.
Been home about 6 months now, and I still have my doubts. Well, I'm not sure how I got here or how I'm gonna get out. Well, my mama says I look the same as I did before I left, but if she could see inside of me, it would scare her to death. I can still taste the powder from the barrel of my gun, and I can hear my sergeant screaming, "Run, soldier, run!" And I can feel the backpack on my shoulders, God, it weighed a ton. And I see death in every single thought. They taught me how to put that uniform on. I just can't get it off. Last Saturday they honored us in a small parade downtown. And when they shot off those fireworks, I nearly hit the ground. And while they smiled and cheered for us, all I could do was stare. 'Cause part of me is here at home, but part of me's back there. Well, I can still taste the powder from the barrel of my gun, and I can hear my sergeant screaming, "Run, soldier, run!" And I can feel the backpack on my shoulders, God, it weighed a ton. And I see death in every single thought. They taught me how to put that uniform on. I just can't get.
Yo, we are back with my man, the myth, the legend from Adventura Cigars, yo, Henderson. So let me ask you this. So when you met us in person, what the hell did you think?
Nah, I'll tell you something. Like, I remember Kenny telling me, like, this guy are looking for you guys. They want to make sure, like, they support your brand big time.
Are you fucking serious right now?
Kick him. Oh, there he is. It might have kicked him out.
Are you serious right now? Henderson,
Oh, here.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened. Say that again, bro.
So Kenneth talked to me about you guys and the support that you guys give to the brand, and you guys were looking forward to meet me there, and it was like, where you guys coming from? Where you guys at?
I'm right in Dutchess. I'm only like an hour from Kenny.
I'm in New York.
I had happened to be out there for the weekend because I had a bunch of people I was supposed to meet up with. So we grabbed a room out there because we were supposed to meet up with like 8 or 9 different people throughout the course of the.
And of course, that never happens.
You know, 2 or 3 of them bailed. So we called our brother, who we know that lives out there, who we always can count on to
Matty Rocks
meet up with us for a cigar whenever. So we
Matty
met
Rocks.
up with him actually right after we went and hung out with you.
Wow!
Right after we met you, we went over to him.
So yeah, it was like, no, if those guys were coming from far and we couldn't meet up, like, I need to give them something special. Like, let me take care of them. So, no, for me, always it's a big pleasure. And it's a big thing for me when people appreciate what we do with a lot of love and passion. We fly, from Dominican Republic to the States, and the main purpose is like to get to meet face to face with the people that show the love to the brand. So for me, it's a big thing, guys, and I really appreciate that. We do a lot of effort, to create an amazing cigar.
We will always promote your cigar, because I'm going to tell you, we have a good friend of ours. He's one of our best friends, the Badass Cigar Life. And you know who he is.
You know,
Mark.
Mark.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the man.
Listen,
every time we're with him, I'm like, what do you smoke? They goes, I have all these Aventuras here. I'm like, well, you could always feel free to give me 1 or 2. I'm like, it won't hurt.
And he goes, just take one of this one of that one, and then the rest is yours.
Most of the time, he won't even, most of the time we'll be hanging out with him, and we won't even say nothing. He'll open his box, and we'll just turn around and be like, oh, here, smoke this. And he's giving me, I think he gave me the King's Gold once or twice, and I think he gave me the Navigator once or twice.
So, Henderson, let me ask you this. So, so let's
talk about the Blue Eye Jack,
Yes.
and how that came about, and how you got the name for
How'd
that.
you get the thing for the Blue Eye Jack? Because that seems to be like the #1 seller right now. And shout out to Cigar World. You need to get it in Cigar World in New Jersey. She doesn't have it yet.
I think
Get it in
I think
Cigar
they're
World
coming,
right now.
I think she said they might be coming.
No, the thing is, we run a program that we call it Elite. That is for the retailers. So the thing we Adventura, we now one of those big corporate manufacturing. So on the market, we have a lot of competition because most of those big brands, they give a lot of deals to the retailers. You know, so it's always like easier for the retailers to do some type of business with those big brands because they give a lot of free product, they give a lot of free swag and all that, so they can promote the brand. And for a small brand like us, is very challenging because we don't have the budget to do that kind of things. But also, we're not competing on value. We're competing on quality. So we want people to appreciate more the cigar for what it is and for what we do than for what we can give to them. So
I think what you're saying is that you can give more to the cigar world than a swag.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But not just that. So the elite program for the retailer works like depending the amount of business and exposure that they give to Adventura through the year, they can become elite in a year. It's like in a status, right?
Okay.
So when you become elite, you have priority to get new releases. For example, right now we just released the Blue Eye Jack Revenge, and all the elite account received the product 3 weeks in advance before everybody else.
Wow.
Okay.
So we have about 25 accounts around the country that received Blue Eye Jack in July 12th. Then the rest of the store they're receiving they received the product in August. So that's why account like Fanatics, Sticks, uh, and Papa Juan, and like some other account around the country, they got the product first. So Cigar War for sure they're gonna get them. Luckily,
well, we'll take care of that. Don't worry about that. We'll take care of that.
Luckily,
I'll take care of that.
The first batch of Blue Eye Jack was sold out between all the elite accounts.
Wow.
It was a big and very successful release for us. The Blue Eye
So
Jack blend,
how did you come up with the name? How did you come up with the name Blue Eye Jack?
So the first chapter of Adventura ended up until the Roger Return by the King's Goal and Queensburg, right? Then we have the second chapter of Adventura that is more about like the character in the ocean. You know, you have the discovery, you have the colonization of the Latin American country through the Spanish, but at the same time there was like a wars in the ocean with all the pirates going on. And that's the second chapter of the Adventura, more about those characters. So the first line of the second chapter is the Barbaroja invasion. So Barbaroja invasion, it was the first blend that we ever create using tobacco from our farm. So the binder that we use on the Barbaroja is a Habano hybrid binder, grown by Aromatica Leaf. That is my company that do all the farming, and then that cigar is a more aggressive, more bright, more peppery, more into the full body. And then we have the Blue Eye Jack that is like a response to the Barbaroja invasion. So that's another character. That's a Blue Eye Jack Revenge. So the revenge, like we normally say, a sweet revenge. There was two things that I tried to accomplish. There was to create something like a taste more into the sweet spot, but also I was
Okay.
looking at my portfolio and have like Explorer is a Habano.
Are you serious
I
right
don't know
now?
what's kicking them off.
Are you
It might be
serious right now?
StreamYard. Guys, we apologize.
It's StreamYard, people.
We apologize, bro. It might be
It's
StreamYard.
StreamYard. It's not us. It's StreamYard. So let me ask you this. So everybody wants. How many shops are you in right now with Blue Eye Jack?
Blue Eye Jack right now is around 50 stores.
50.
Wow.
Because remember,
50,
it only went out
store
to all the elite accounts first.
So
yeah,
I'm gonna hook you up with
the store. But
we're gonna hook you up with Cigar World.
She has his stuff already.
No, she doesn't have the Blue Eye Jack.
Right, but she's not ready for this. He said she's gonna get it. By the time this airs, or whenever I decide to drop it, she'll probably already have it.
Yeah, she's waiting for the next batch.
So now let me ask you this: when you said they sold out between the 25 accounts that you had that were in the elite status, how many boxes was the first run produced?
1,200.
1,200
so now,
boxes. Okay.
let me ask you this. So the 1,200 that you produced, are they the same that you're going to produce for the next 1,200?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly the same.
The blends aren't going to change.
No, because, some people, they produce 1,200 boxes and then they produce 1,200 more, but it's a different taste.
Remember, too, some of them
it's a different taste.
Remember, a lot of those are the limited runs is what he means. Like, some of the companies did limited runs of, 1,200 boxes of, whatever they call it, and then they release it again, but it's a new blend under the same, name and logo.
Yeah, no, the thing is, it's a thing of resting, is aging process. We have a lot of cigars, those, it's just like, every cigar that we make, we age the cigar minimum for 3 or 6 months. So I have plenty of cigar. This is something that's a good thing. This life is in the factory, so I can show you around.
Oh, sugar. Oh, sugar. So now
it's a long walk.
It's a long walk to the factory, bro.
He's already there, which is nice.
Let me see how I can turn around the camera.
Hey, Jimmy.
Got it. So I'm by myself in the factory right now.
Yeah, nobody's there. That's cool.
That's the rolling floor. That's the rolling room. That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
There's the aging room.
So let me ask you this, because everybody said
we have 300,000 cigars here, just resting.
Wow.
This is all Blue Eye Jacks.
Wow. So let me ask you this. So somebody said it doesn't matter how long the tobacco ages, that it still tastes the same. Is that correct?
No. Aging is a process. They involve a lot of things. That is the humidity in the cigar. That can be even the same cigar with the same age. You have the cigar with different humidity, different ambience, and it's gonna taste completely different. If you smoke like the same cigar here in the Dominican Republic that we have like a 70% humidity and like 90 degrees right now, it's gonna taste way different to the during New York, New Jersey, right? That you have maybe 60% humidity.
I think,
right?
Yeah, and we're at like 70 degrees today. So if you would have smoked it there, let's just say a week ago, and brought it back, and then we smoked it now,
It'd be
a totally
different cigar.
Yeah, if
Okay,
you take the same cigar to Texas, completely different. So, the thing with the cigar, like, there's two different things. One thing is a cigar that is aging here in the factory, that you have climate control, humidity control, 24/7, and here everything is cedar wood cover, and and the cigar breathe freely. There's like you got air rotation through the leaf that
Right.
help like to on the aging process. You get the ammoniac, you get the humidity out. You need a harmonization on the humidity of the cigar, because when you make the cigar, you have three components of the cigar. That is filler, binder, and wrapper. Every component on the cigar have a different level of humidity. The filler, you have maybe uh, 55, 60% humidity. The binder is maybe like around the 70, 75% humidity. The wrapper sometimes like a 90 and 100% humidity. So when you get the cigar from the rolling table to the aging room, all those three components have three different levels of humidity. So on the first 45 days of the cigar being in the aging room is a process of harmonization for the cigar. When the humidity from the wrapper started to go inside the cigar through the filler to the binder and then through the filler, and then you get more humidity on the filler and the inside of the cigar than the outside, because with the air rotation that we have in the room with the air conditioning, the wrapper get like a dry, right? And
Right.
but it's not dry like the humidity disappear for the cigar. The tobacco add like a sponge that absorbs the humidity from the outside and is going inside to the filler. So that's when you taste a cigar before 45 days in the aging room, sometimes it can taste like a little funky, or maybe too spicy, or maybe some bitterness, because it's
because I've
going.
been told, and I've tried like almost like more of an acidic taste.
Yeah, so
Is
that's
what people
because the
say.
humidity. That's because the
So
humidity on the cigar. So
let me ask you this. I was
after
watching.
45 days, after 45 days is when you get the cigar to get into a perfect point of homogenization, we all the tobacco being on the same level of humidity. So then
So
after that, you're just resting. That's when you get the aroma. That's when you
okay.
get, after 3 months is when you get like when you get to taste like you can feel like different notes from the blend. That's when you get like all tobacco to marriage together, like to smoke like one tobacco. Because remember, we make blends, right? So you use it like
Right.
sometimes three different kind of filler, a whole different binder, a whole different wrapper. So on the aging process, with the time is when you get all the components to taste like one combined thing.
So let me ask you this. So I was watching Rick. Rick had a question from a customer today.
All
So
right.
he said, how do you know the difference in the taste? And Rick said, when you blend a cigar, they do one leaf.
I was just gonna
And
say
that's
that was
how
actually
you, yes.
that was gonna be the question I asked, because I asked Francisco from DBL and quite a few other blenders that we've had on and people that we've talked to. When you blend your cigars, do you smoke them in the share roots, or do you blend like maybe a Lancero or something like that to get the taste?
No, I normally blend my cigar into a Robusto side. That is a 50 ring gauge.
Okay.
Oh, you
So
only do Robusto?
yeah, because
And
the thing with
why is
the
that?
normally I all my cigars I make my cigars like in different ring gauge. Like it's going from 40 ring gauge up to 60 ring gauge. So for me, a 50 ring gauge is like the middle point to have a better idea that you can feed all the tobacco properly, but at the same time you can have a better idea on like which direction is gonna take if you make the cigar in a smaller ring gauge and in a bigger ring gauge. So it's very easy to pack a lot of tobacco in a bigger ring gauge and get like a more amount of flavor. But then when you want to translate that into a smaller ring gauge, you can have a hard time. So for me, I'm a small ring gauge lover. You know, I smoke a lot of Lancero, I smoke a lot of Corona. Every single line from Adventura, you're always gonna see that we have a Corona that is more like a Lonsdale, like a 6x44,
Right.
and that's one of my preference. So we boutique, we are that kind of cigar smoker, and we want to get like a that middle point so we can translate that into a smaller ring gauge and a
So,
bigger
yo,
ring
on
gauge.
that note, we're going to take a commercial break and pay the bills.
We'll be right back, guys.
All right.
Attention, all troops. Are you ready to stay connected with the latest news, entertainment, and information tailored for our armed services? Look no further than MBR.
Here at MBR, we're more than just a radio station. We're a lifeline for those who serve from the front lines to the home front. We're here to keep you informed, entertained, and connected to your fellow veterans.
With our dedicated team of broadcasters, we bring exclusive interviews with military leaders, insights into the latest strategies and technologies, and uplifting stories of bravery and sacrifice.
But that's not all. MBR is a nonprofit organization, meaning that every dollar you donate goes directly towards supporting our troops and their families, whether it's providing care packages, funding, scholarships, or offering mental health resources. Your support makes a difference.
With that, H-Train, can you tell me a little bit about how MBR got started?
Well, in 2005, Jim Butler created it so that he could keep contacts with all of his pals over in Iraq. And then when 2018 came, he decided that it was time for him to retire. He was going to close up the station. And because we've had so many former DJs since 2005, I mean, it was pretty inspiring. We have at least 5 veterans in every single state, at least. And, you know, it just brings us closer together. It creates a family, and it creates a family that we lost when we got back from Iraq. And
Mind you that every show is manned by a veteran or a first responder. That's amazing. I love what MBR is doing here. I love being a DJ here as well. Talk to people who have been through situations similar to yours. You're not alone. That's what we do here on MBR.
Yep. And it's nice because if you're not having a radio day and you're just having a bad day,
or you don't have a face for radio, we just want to remind you that every show is manned by a veteran or a first responder. So if you've ever had a dog tag, you could be possibly on the show or create your own, as well as military dependents. Together, we'll stay strong. We stay informed. We stay connected. So visit our website and download our app today, MBR.
MBR, serving those who served while giving veterans a voice.
First heard of MBR through my classmate Cedric. We were going to school at Colorado Media School, and we'd worked on some projects there together, including making a podcast. And he told me he was interning here at the station and that they would give us a shot to put our show on the air.
But it's a really rewarding feeling just to come back and learn radio, learn a trade for myself, and help people out at the same time.
Brandon Stokely here, and I want to encourage every single one of y'all to keep grinding, keep fighting, keep practicing, keep getting those reps in, because that's what's important, right? Keep building, laying down that foundation, and keep working at it, keep practicing. No matter what the results you see right now, it doesn't matter what's going on right now. Look towards the future, and that's what it's all about. So keep working hard, keep practicing, keep getting those reps, and that's what's most important right now. So keep up the good work. Best of luck.
We're back.
Yo, we back.
Yeah.
With my man Henderson. Yo. So, what the hell do I got for you, bro? I got nothing left for you. I got nothing left.
Hold on. I'm that's our producer from Colorado texting me. Sorry.
So, Henderson, so how do we get cigars in New York
What part of New York you are?
We're in Dutchess County.
The closest one to us that has your stuff that I know of is Cigar World and Fanatics in Jersey, and then I think the closest one is Papa Juan's. Because I don't think you're in Dad's Cigar Warehouse or Mom's.
No.
So how does
we are in Sons? We used to be in Sons in PA. That is the same company. So, but we have Maestro in Junker. We have Moises.
Yep.
We have what else? I mean, Papa Juan.
Right.
Moises,
so how does a retailer
more in the city also, like Barclay Racks?
I guess my next question
then and all around New York also. So, but all around New Jersey.
Right.
But then, like a worse situation, I mean, online also.
Yeah. I know like Smokin' has your stuff, Sir Louis has some of your stuff. How would a retailer go about
even
carrying your product? Like, is there a process for it? Do they just have to reach out to you? Like, how does that work?
How many boxes they gotta buy?
Normally they need to buy at least like 2 faces of each line that we have.
Okay.
So at the process they can reach out to us, or for example, in the area that that we have representation, like New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania area, they can reach out to our sales guy. In your case is Adrian Acosta, the cigar culture.
Yes.
So he's the guy that manages that territory there, and that's how we work in. But they have relationship with moms and pops. They know him pretty well.
Yeah, I know, because I know even when I worked for when I was working for a cigar company, to get into those shops was kind of hard because they don't have a lot of space. So
the thing, they don't have a lot of space, and that's the kind of shop that you grab whatever, right?
Right.
You grab whatever you're looking for. It's not necessary like that kind of shop that you have like a Tubacanis that gonna like you should try this, you should try that, like this is the Adventura, like
correct.
Most of the time, those recommendations come from the customers.
Exactly. They can carry Adventura, put it in the humidor. If they move, they move. If not, like they out of the shelf.
Right. Okay.
So I think the problem with them when we started to do business with them, it was like right before the fire, and then the fire happened, and I slowed down a lot of marketing. I was more focused to rebuild my family factory, Tabacalera, with Adventura, and then a year after, I started to build the new factory for Adventura, and I was like a little disconnected. So the marketing, the exposure of the brand on social media, all around, like a slowdown on purpose because I didn't have inventory to supply the demand. So what I did, whatever inventory we have in the state, we keep it like for the regular account that really support Adventura, and so we can consistently deliver the product to them.
Okay.
And like there were a lot of humidors, like with company like that if they were carrying the product and they didn't push the product, we wasn't that active on social media. So like the consumers wasn't looking forward that much for Adventura.
Right.
It's not like now. Like now, like a year before, like you don't need Adventura in the humidor. Right now, like it can be that you need Adventura. There is some hype behind it now.
Right. I was gonna say, I noticed there's a lot of the hype that's behind it now, like you said, because like when I started smoking it, your brand, the only the only reason I had heard of your brand was through Mark and through Kenny.
Yeah.
Because I'd always heard Kenny talking about it, so that was what made me want to try it.
So, on that note, guys, listen, another Sunday fun day with Boss Big Dog.
And we are going to
the
have
Vanilla Gorilla.
We'll set up another day, Henderson, to do
The man
a
Henderson.
second part.
Hold on.
With you.
The man
Hold on.
Henderson.
We'll set up another day to do a second part as well. So we can talk more about, your brand, more of the brand, more about, your family factory and stuff like that as well.
So
sounds good, man.
We are good.
We appreciate
guys.
You
Yo,
on,
Henderson.
It means
Henderson,
a lot to us.
I take my hat off to you. I don't have my hat right now. I forgot it. But yo, I take my hat off to you, my brother. I love you, my dog.
And next time you're up here, we'll make it a point to come out there and see you as long as we're
I'm
in
coming
town
to
for
see
sure.
you as long as I'm in town.
Love you guys.
Guys,
I really appreciate
have a good day.
Love you,
bro.
Take care, guys. Thank you. See you.
Thank you.